This is what makes the character strong, is the fact that he forces you to play small Tekken. If you cannot play small Tekken, if you try to heavily enforce 50-50s, it probably won't go your way. This is why people hate Feng. This is why people call Feng busted. When your favorite content creator goes about saying all these tools is busted, chances are your favorite content creator also hates playing small Tekken, also sucks at playing small Tekken. He went under the radar for so long. Feng was already a decent character, but he just needed just a little push. And this is how it is with a lot of characters. They just need a little push, and the characters is good.
哈哈哈！五行拳算什么？我才是最强的！来吧。
What is good with the game, man? I appreciate y'all for stopping by once again on the channel. You know, to hear me talk about stuff. Who would have thought that people would like these type of videos? I'm talking about Feng Wei. I'm surprised nobody really made a video about this. Excuse me. You know, these points I'm be talking about is very important, cause you know, kind of breaks down why people see Feng Wei the way he is. You know, people don't seem to understand why Feng is good. People just go with whatever who says, what your favorite content creator say. Right? Your favorite content creator doesn't even know why really Feng is good. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the evasiveness, counter hit down back 3. Don't know the true reason why Feng is good. Oh, let's jump right into it. As I mentioned in the previous rant, well, you know, one of the past rant videos that I made, the biggest thing why people call Feng busted or broken or whatever is because the biggest reason is because a lot of people don't lag. A lot of players don't lag. Alright, and a lot of these players tend to be the online casual base. So first reason is a lot of players don't lag. So it's really ignorance. They're really ignorant. You know what I'm saying? The second thing is essentially what Feng was struggling with was his small Tekken was lacking. Feng plays small Tekken, like I said, whether you believe it or not. He forces small Tekken. He doesn't excel at making hard, risky reads that well. You know what I'm saying? He don't really excel too well at that. That's not his game plan. What he excels at is playing small and annoying the opponent with pokes. Feng was lacking. Down back 3 wasn't worth the risk. So what they was doing, what a lot of pro players was doing, me included, was using down 2 instead of down back 3. Which down 2 is still, down 2 should still be used more than down back 3, in my opinion. But it was, down back 3 was getting overshadowed. Namco has percentages of moves that are used for every character. So they seen down back 3 was too risky and that it wasn't getting used. So they figured out a way for down back 3 to see more usage. Because apparently they want down back 3 to be more useful. They want it to be used more in competitive play and probably casual play, more so competitive. Alright? So they buffed down back 3. Gave her a counter hit and made him counter hit, gave Feng 36 damage, leave him in an alright Oki situation. It's not what people think it is, right? It's not OD. It's not like you can just hold a 50-50. Right, that's not it. When Feng counter hits you with down back 3, it's not a 50-50 situation. This is not a Feng guy. I'm not here to tell you how to play against Feng or how to play Feng. If you expect that, find a different content creator or find a different video for that. They also buffed Shoulder. Shoulder wasn't worth the risk either. Actually, it only done 30 damage. Yes, it's 13, but it wasn't getting used much. Fun fact, I believe it had a low move percentage as well, because otherwise, why would they buff it? It makes sense, right? It's a little too risky. What, minus 19 on block? Or something around there? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So, that buff shoulder. As I mentioned, Feng's small Tekken was lacking. You know, he was starting to, he was weak in small Tekken. Despite him supposed to be excelling in small Tekken, he wasn't. So, what they doing? They also were starting to give him more counter-hitting tools to prevent opponents from just mindlessly pressing against him. Because that's what you do against pokers. Eventually, you start pressing against them. Now, the game plan of a poker is to annoy you, to find when you want to press and counter hit you. That's how poker's that's kind of how they operate, for those that don't know. So they started buffing certain counter hit tools, allowing Feng to get shoulder, to get a free shoulder afterwards. Fine, right? Then they buff shoulder's damage. Like I said, understandable. It wasn't really used much, despite them wanting it to be used. Alright, now it increased Feng's damage a lot. Things off of like counter hit back one. Y'all won't be able to see this damage, but it increases damage a decent amount. People hate this. He went under the radar for so long. Feng was already a decent character, but he just needed just a little push. And this is how it is with a lot of characters. They just need a little push, and the characters is good. Right? Feng is not a busted character. What's busted about the character I'm behind the scene right now, actually, what's busted about the character is what he does, what he forces on the opponent. The reason a lot of people, the main man in particular, call Feng a God Slayer was because he was a God Slayer. When you would play DLC characters, the DLCs could do whatever they want against the majority of the cast, right? And the opponent or opponents that weren't playing DLC was forced to play around the DLC. That's super important. Feng and a few other characters, actually. It's not just Feng. Maybe I'll listen, maybe I won't. But this is not the video for me to talk about those characters, alright? Feng in particular, as I mentioned, a God Slayer, simply because he is not forced to play their game. This is extremely important. The tools that Feng has forces the opponent to play small Tekken. Small Tekken is fundamental Tekken. Majority of the player base hate small Tekken. Majority of them are casuals, right? A lot of casuals hate to see small Tekken being played. This is why your favorite content creators or streamers or whatever, a lot of Unga Booga play styles people like to see, because a lot of players play like that, right? So a lot of players hate watching small Tekken and hate playing small. They want the big reads, the 50-50 mix-ups. They want all these other bigger plays, right? Big damage. Feng does small damage for the most part. When he's poking, it's small damage. Things people brush off to the side when he hits them. Eventually, you get caught. That's how Feng works as a poker. That's the whole thing of being a poker. DLCs were no exception to the rule. When you wanted to hit Feng Wei, this applies to every character. Feng had an option, right? If you wanted to use your plus frames, Feng has an option. When you wanted to approach, Feng has an option. Feng has an option. An option. An option. All these little small options, right? Now, having these tools doesn't mean the character is busted. It just means opponents can't play the game that they want to play. So, see Feng Wei at the top, there's a reason he's at the top. Him and a few other characters, the other characters I won't mention, these God Slayers were essentially like Kratos, right? The gods were wreaking havoc among Tekken 7. The God Slayers were the only saving grace. The only saving grace, really. Gods were getting slayed by the God Slayers quite often. Now, what happened was Namco, the gods above the gods. Excuse me. The gods above the gods decided to nerf the gods on Tekken 7. A few of them are still strong, but now that pushes the God Slayers up even more. The God Slayers, being the characters they are, doesn't mean they're broken, doesn't mean they're busted. This is what makes the character strong, is the fact that he forces you to play small Tekken. If you cannot play small Tekken, if you try to heavily enforce 50-50s, it probably won't go your way. This is why people hate Feng. This is why people call Feng busted. When your favorite content creator goes about saying all these tools is busted, chances are your favorite content creator also hates playing small Tekken, also sucks at playing small Tekken. And that is it, actually. It's not a big reason why Feng is good. It's common sense. Alright, when you look at Feng's character, poking, annoying the character, annoying the opponent, then getting the opponent to press, or to whiff, that's Feng Wei. So, I appreciate y'all for stopping by once again. If y'all learned something, that's good. If you didn't, oh well. Until next time, y'all, remember, y'all, take care. Peace.